in an unprecedented way, we see all of the governments around the world, with very few exceptions, all adopting the same policy at the same time frame, right? This tells us that this is a highly coordinated effort, right, internationally, and it tells us that there's a group of people or individuals who are directing the governments essentially what to do, right? And so this is very compatible with, this globalist agenda, moving towards a one world government and with tighter control over the population, with a reduced population, with a new financial, monetary and currency system. And there's evidence for all these aspects. And I think the overall plan has been well laid out in the United Nations document, Agenda 21, later changed to Agenda 2030. There are many other supporting documents, like you mentioned, the Rockefeller document, and there are several others that essentially give all the details to this plan, and they all correlate with the policies that are taking place right now. So I think if you want to know what's coming in the future and what the overall agenda is, you can simply study those documents, and you'll see pretty clearly where we're at and where we're headed.
Now, we're almost done here. I know you're a busy man, you have a lot to do, and I definitely appreciate you taking the time to be here. But some of the questions that the viewers had was about the reaction from your peers in the medical industry. We have seen your message get censored a lot. Many videos that you've been in have been taken down. And by speaking out, you're essentially, risking your reputation, risking your career. Why would you take that risk?
Well, Spiro, because this is the only important thing for me to do now is get this information out so that we can prevent ourselves from living in a horrible, horrible future. And, I have 2 young children, and they are my main motivating factor, that I don't want them to live in a world where they have no freedom. And that's where we're headed right now. And so whatever risks there are, they're risks that I simply have to take. And, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And there has been, things that have occurred. I have had consequences, right? I was let go from my regular psychiatry job because I refused to wear a mask. I have had several friends who are doctors or other healthcare professionals who have been very upset with me, disappointed, and who won't talk to me anymore. And I knew that those risks were part of this, right? But that's not what's important. And I'll tell you that I would be happy to risk being taken to jail as well, because I'm not going to participate in any of these measures. I don't wear a mask. I don't stay at home. I respect other people's rights to make their own choices, right? So I don't go and get in people's faces. But if anyone is willing to make eye contact and interact with me, I don't observe any social distancing. Right? Any opportunity to hug someone, especially in public, I always take advantage of that, because I want to show people that actually all of these measures are really voluntary. Even Governor Cuomo has made a public statement that there's nothing that they can do to enforce any of these measures, and that they are voluntary. And I would like to encourage other people to make that decision, because if we rely on the authority to give us approval of how to exercise our freedom, they're going to take more freedoms away, as they've been doing. It's not really a decision for me. It's just what I feel that I have to do to preserve the way of life and that I want to live for me and my children.